What's up guys, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Victoria and today I'll be sharing with you how to draft a basic sleeve pattern. I already laid out the tools I'll be needing for this tutorial, and I also got myself the back of the basic bodice block because I'll be needing the measurement of the back armhole to create the sleeve. So let's get started guys. First of all, you're going to determine how long you want your sleeve to be. Mine isn't going to be very long, so I just cut out the amount of pattern paper I'll be needing, and then you're going to need to fold that paper into two. I'm just making sure the fold is straight before going in to draw a horizontal line from the top of the pattern paper, and that line will serve as the beginning of my sleeve. Now that that's done, the next thing to do is to determine the length of your sleeve. Mine isn't going to be very long, so I'm going for a sleeve length of 10 inches. You can decide to make yours longer or shorter, it's up to you. But for me, I'll be going with 10 inches, so I'm just marking that point all the way before going in with the ruler to draw a horizontal line across. Please note that I won't be adding any seam allowance to this pattern, so you can go ahead to include seam allowances to yours if you will forget to do so when cutting it out on fabrics. So now we have two horizontal lines, the first being the beginning of the sleeve and the last one will be the end of the sleeve. The next thing to do is to determine the cap height. That's basically the height from your shoulder point to your bicep line, and the calculations for that is your bust measurement divided by 12 plus 0.5 inches. So mine gave me approximately 4, so I'm just marking 4 all the way. So the cap sleeve height will vary from person to person depending on their bust measurement. So you just go ahead to calculate yours using the formula. So right now I'm just drawing a horizontal line across the 4-inch mark. And please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Okay, so now we're going to determine the back armhole by using the measurements from the back bodice block. So what we're going to do is to measure from the beginning of the shoulder slope to the chest line, and that gave me 8 inches plus the ½ inch allowance I added to the chest line, so that in total is 8.5 inches. So I'm just going in to mark the 8.5 inches on the horizontal line we drew for the cap height. Then I'll go ahead to connect that point to the top edge of my sleeve in a slant. Then I'll go ahead to measure the length of that slanted line. Mine gave me 9.5 inches. So now the next thing to do is to determine the midpoint of that slanted line. So 9.5 inches divided by 2 gives me approximately 4.75. So I'm just going to mark that and then go up by 0.5 inches from that midpoint. Please pay close attention because this is how the back arm curve is created. So what I'm going to do next is to go in with my curved ruler and connect the top edge of my sleeve to that 0.5 inch mark I came up by. Then I'm going to go in with my straight ruler to connect the edge of that slanted line to the 0.5 inch mark as well. And that's it for the back armhole. And now to create the front armhole, I'll be going in again with my curved ruler, but this time I'll be connecting the top edge of my sleeve directly to the midpoint of the slanted line. I will not be going up by 0.5 inch like I did for the back. So I'm just going to connect the top edge of the sleeve directly to the midpoint of that slant. Then I'll turn my armhole curve around and then connect it to the edge of the slanted line. And now we have our front armhole as well. You can see the back armhole is shallower than the front. So now it's time to mark our round sleeve measurement divided by 2. So you're going to measure how big your arm is, circumference of your arm, and divide that measurement by 2. So for me, mine is 13 and divided by 2 gives me 6.5 inches. So I'm just going to mark that. Then I'm going to connect that round sleeve opening to the armhole curves. And our basic sleeve is complete. Remember, there's no allowance added to this pattern, but if I was going to add seam allowance, I think I would add maybe an inch for hemming allowance and then half an inch along the sides. So now what's left to do is to cut out the sleeve using the back armhole measurement first. Then we're going to trace out the front armhole from the back. Just make sure you cut along the back armhole, not the front, please. The back armhole first. So now I can go ahead to cut out the front armhole. And we're done. This is a simple way to create a basic sleeve pattern. So I'm just going ahead to indicate which one is the front and which armhole is the back. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you have any suggestions or questions, leave it in the comment section below and I'll get to it. And until my next video, bye.